Hello gang, it's great to be here. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me at Friendship Shaving. My name's Mark and I've got a nice shave for you today. I'm going to be using a little sample of some Barrister and Mann Vespers soap, which I've been enjoying very much. I'm going to be using the Saponificio Veracino shaving bowl again today, and I've got some of the soap squashed around the inside of the bowl, and while I'm building a lather in the bowl, it'll give me the chance to tell you a little bit more about the soap. I'm going to be using my rubber set 203, and I'll get that straight into the bowl. Going to be using the Rex Ambassador razor again today. We'll tell you more about that as we get to it. Now, I first used this Vespers soap by Barrister and Mann on a really hot day, but in fact it is the product of a very specific picture, that of a quaint mountain town with snow-peaked roofs gathering the snow and twinkling lights in the town square. And as soon as I read that, I realised that it is in fact a winter scent. It is a seasonal soap from Barrister and Mann. It's based on a very famous perfume base, which was developed right at the turn of the 20th century, so in the 1900s, and it's called Mousse de Saxe, which translates as Saxon moss. That famous base has notes of geranium, licorice using anise, leather and vanilla using a synthetic vanilla. Now, Barrister and Mann have created their own version of this, and they've added to that some cranberry, cardamom, balsam and fern, and then they've really rounded that off with some patchouli, rose, sandalwood, bergamot and lavender. So it really is there really is a great depth to this soap, and actually when I smell it, it's very difficult to pick out individual scents. It binds together very nicely indeed. There is a little bit of the licoricey leatheriness to it, just a slightest hint. There's also a little bit of sort of spiciness from the cardamom, and I'm definitely picking up a little bit of fern as well. Sometimes you catch a little bit of fruitiness from the cranberry. It really is a lovely soap, and I feel that as well as being a warm and comforting scent, and it reminds me of Wickham's cashmere in that aspect. It's very warm and comforting. It's like a hug in your shaving bowl. So that's why it works well as a winter scent, but as I say, I used it on a very hot day, and it was a really, really lovely scent. It really worked well in the summer for me. Now, my lather is disappearing out of the bowl into my brush, so I'm just going to keep adding a drop of water here and working this until it comes together a little more. I should say that the soap, although it has geranium in it in the base, it's really not like Barrister and Mann's number 42, which is a real flowery scent, too much so for me. But the rose and the geranium in this just pick the scent up a little bit. It's a very nice soap, lovely quality. And I'm nearly there. I'm just going to add a final couple of drops to this. And I think I'm there. Got a lovely shiny lather on the brush. Now, there we are. It's a very nice choice for today, actually. Autumn has come to the UK and it is a little bit chilly and windy today, so the warming aspects of this soap will be very nice indeed. I'm going to add some more water to this. I've had my brush soaking, as it's a badger bristle brush, a boar bristle brush. It's really taken a bit of work here. There we are, that's nice and thick. This brush is wonderfully soft. There we are now. We are ready for the Rex Ambassador. I really want to like this razor. In fact, I really want to love this razor. But I'm not at the moment, I must say. Despite the many good things about it, it is giving me a terrible razor burn. Now, I've tried it on setting 3, 2 and setting 1 throughout the 3 passes. I've tried it on setting 2 throughout the 3 passes. I've even tried it on setting 1 for all 3 passes, and I've tried different variations of that. I've used different blades in it, so I've predominantly used the 7 o'clock black, the super platinums. I've used the sharp edge yellow in there that was on, I think it's 5th use. Today I've got in a Persona red, a chrome platinum blade, and this will be its 2nd use. I'm going to start on setting 2 and well, we'll see how we go. I am finding that it's leaving me with a very sore face for about 2.5 hours after the shave. And even once that initial burn has gone from the razor, I'm very sore to touch. And that lasts throughout the night, because I'm an afternoon, evening shaver, and into the next day. So if I was shaving in the morning, the soreness I get across my neck here, if I had to wear a collar, a shirt with a collar and a tie for work, that would be very, very irritating and sore. I've made sure in my shaves that I'm shaving with a very light hand. As you can see, I'm trying to make sure that I get the angle right. But this is, I think, my 7th shave with this razor. And I've had a razor burn on every shave. I'm getting a little bit fed up with it, to be honest with you. And I can honestly say I haven't had a razor burn like this for a long time, long time, since I first started using a double-edged safety razor, in fact. So I'm finding curious that it's happening with this razor. I feel that a good adjustable razor should go from very mild to aggressive at its higher end. But I don't feel it should give me razor burn on every setting. So I was particularly surprised when the razor burn was as bad on setting 1 as it was on any other setting. As I said in last week's video, I do not remember the original version of the Rex Ambassador, brought out in 2017 to leave me with a razor burn as this one is leaving me with. So maybe the changes that were made to the razor are having a noticeable effect, or it could be, I suppose, that my skin as I'm getting older is changing slightly. To be honest, I'm guessing here. You know, I'd really appreciate your thoughts, and I'd like to hear from you. If you've got one of the Ambassador razors, I'd like to know how you find it and whether you are afflicted with this razor burn. I can feel putting on the soap already that it's got me. It's not initially bad, but after my shave it builds up a little bit. The burn seems to increase, if you know what I mean. So yes, very curious indeed, and I know that none of the other adjustable razors that I've used, so for example, my French Gibbs razor, which this is based on, my Chinese Future, my Gillette Slim, and I've used a Fat Boy and a Birdgrass, and none of them left me with a razor burn like this one. I'm finding that sometimes there's a little bit of blade feel in this, even on the low settings. And I'm finding that sometimes the blade feels a little harsh in this razor, particularly on this part, which is, you know, the softest part of you, or one of the softest parts of your face. It could be to do with the fact that it's, you know, it's difficult to stretch that part of your face. So while I love the look of this razor and I love the feel of this razor, I'm not loving the shave of this razor. So this may well be the last time you see me use it on video, because I would like a break. And I'll let you know in the description to the video if I got some razor burn again. I hope not, but I am expecting it. Final pass. Do you know, I love this. I love this bowl. It's great. I definitely want one of these. It's so comfortable to hold like that. It's brilliant. Brilliant. I'm very glad to have been able to borrow this one. Well, I had to work my soap a little bit, didn't I? But there's plenty here for the 3 passes. And the scent on this soap is absolutely lovely. It's about a scent strength of 5, it's quite medium, but the scent is long lasting. It stays on your skin for a really long time. Certainly with me it was all night and a good majority of the next day. And I must admit, because I replicated my shave with some soap on my wrist, and there came a point the next day where I just forgot to keep smelling my wrist to see if the scent was still there. Very nice soap, very nice indeed. Now I'm going really careful, really light here. I'm on what am I on? Yeah, 1.5 just on these outside bits here, and I'm going to turn that down to 1. When my hands are wet, the tolerances are so good on this new mechanism that I'm actually finding it quite difficult to turn. Now I know I could wipe my hands, so it's not really an issue. Now I'm rolled right back on the cap here. It doesn't feel like I'm quite on the optimum angle. There we are, that's the angle. And certainly going against the grain. I'm on setting 1. And that blade is feeling a little harsh now. Now that's much better. Now that I've changed direction, I'm on a different part of my face. Much better. There we are, and that will do me very nicely indeed. Now, excuse me, I just need to drain the sink. It's got a bit full. Now I'm going to rinse with some very cold water. There we are, gave my cloth a quick rinse as well. Just to get some of that cold on there, I'm going to use some alum. And I can tell you right now where it gets me. It gets me across here, definitely down here, very much there, and down here. And that is sore just touching like that. It gets me here, I'm sore here. These parts of my face, they're fine. And it's getting me a little bit just on the top lip here, but predominantly it is these areas. And my neck is really sore, and it's catching me along just under the jawline as well. So Oh yeah, gee. So you can see that I was using the razor very carefully. I've been doing this a while now. I thought my days of having razor burn were past me, but it just goes to show you that maybe that razor is maybe not for me. We all have different experiences of using these razors, but I'm very interested as to why this one is affecting me so badly. Now the aftershave I'm going to use this week is some Hege Uppsala. It is a Swedish aftershave, and this one is citrus and cedarwood. I feel the citrus will go very nicely with the bergamot and the lavender that's in the Barrister and Mann Vespers soap, and I feel that the cedarwood, because it's not a particularly strong aftershave, will match up quite nicely with the sandalwood and again with the bergamot and the lavender that's in the soap. This is a very nice aftershave. It's got potato starch in it. It's a very nice aftershave feel. Excuse me, I inhaled some of that. Now you can see that I'm just patting it on my neck. So I think next week a different razor will be in order. I have enjoyed trying that out, that Rex Ambassador, but it burns as precious. So you take care of yourselves. Let me know how you're going with your Rex Ambassador. Particularly, please, let me know if you've got one and you think it's a bit aggressive. Love to hear from you. Just kind of interested in how you're all getting on with this. I know some of you love this razor. So there we are. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time around. All the best now. Bye bye.